Federal Heights Police and Fire.
I'd like to either get a wellness check or check on a missing person.
What's going on?
Well, it's my brother. I've been trying to call him for over 2 weeks, and he's never returned my call.
Okay. And this has never happened before?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, what's your brother's name?
William
And his last name?
Mussack.
On January 10th, 2018, a call came into 911 from a man in Texas. It was Bill Mussack's brother. He told the dispatcher that no one in the family had heard from Bill since just before Christmas, and now they were deeply worried. Bill had never gone this long without contacting his children or siblings. They had tried calling, texting, even reaching out through Melissa, Bill's daughter, who was living with him at the time. But the responses were vague and suspicious. The brother requested a welfare check at Bill's home in Federal Heights, Colorado. That call is what launched the investigation.
Hi.
Hi, yeah, we're trying to reach William Mussack.
He's my dad. He doesn't really live here. He just has some stuff here and comes by every now and then.
Your uncle was calling about him?
He lost his phone. I know that, and I found it and put it by some mail that I have for him here, but he hasn't come by for, it's probably been about 10 days, I would think. So he'll probably be coming by soon to pick up his mail and stuff like that.
You think your uncle's probably out of the loop, so...
Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot a text. I know I have my uncle's number somewhere.
Officers from the Federal Heights Police Department responded to the home on Elliott Street later that same day. Bill's daughter, Melissa Gilliam, also known legally as Melissa Mussack, answered the door. She told police that her father had left town, maybe to the mountains or to visit a friend, but she couldn't say who he had gone to see, where exactly he went, or when he was supposed to return. Police then received another call from his son saying that he hadn't been able to contact him, which made them go back to the house.
So Officer Brandt went out and made another contact with Dayna. I go straight to the house and knock on the door and waited a little while, and she answered to me through the door. Police department. Hi. Where's your dad at?
I'm not sure. He only comes by every couple of weeks and picks up mail and stuff. He's been spending a lot of time up in the mountains with a girlfriend or a friend like that.
Have an address? Or...
I don't even know the girl's last name. I know her name's Martha. That's all he's ever texted me about or talked to me about.
Something inside me said that I needed to not only talk to Dayna, but get into that house. Do you mind if I come in and check and make sure he's not here?
Yeah, it's a mess.
I don't care.
That's fine.
As soon as you walked right in the door, you could smell something. It stunk.
I haven't been able to do anything, and we had a toilet overflow in the basement.
Oh.
The house was incredibly cluttered. You couldn't even walk through without stepping on things, clothes, other items.
I noticed that all his cars were there, or there was 3 cars at the house at the time. The truck was there. How does he usually get to where he's going?
He has cars, but he asked me to have my friend's mechanic come by and pick up 2 of them to work on. So, sometimes the girl he's staying with comes and picks them up.
Where's his room? Does he have a room here?
Not really.
No?
No.
Okay.
He'll sleep on my massage table when he's here.
She claimed that he doesn't have a room in his own house and that he sleeps on a massage table. That table was covered by a 5-foot layer of clothes. Officers didn't buy it. They noted that Bill's car was still in the driveway. There were no signs that he had packed any luggage. Inside the house, his phone and personal items were still there. Nothing pointed to someone who had willingly left town.
Alright, well, I guess if he shows up, have him call.
Do you have should I call somebody specific or just call the police department?
Have him call his brother.
Okay.
And call the police department.
The officer left that day but was willing to return to the house with a search warrant. After getting a full search warrant, police told her to leave the house so they could begin the search. She willingly accepted that and didn't seem concerned or worried. They started carefully searching every part of the home, which they found in a miserable state. Everything was on the floor, and the smell was so horrible that they couldn't go in without wearing masks. While searching the home, detectives made a disturbing discovery in the crawl space beneath the house. There was a large slab of recently poured concrete, which stood out immediately to crime scene investigators. The odor in the area was extremely strong and chemical-based. Officers brought in forensic specialists and began removing the concrete carefully. Underneath the slab, wrapped inside a plastic-lined cocoon of hardened cement, they found the decomposing body of William Mussack. The autopsy later revealed that he had benzodiazepines, specifically temazepam, in his system at extremely high levels, which likely contributed to his death. It was determined that he had been drugged and possibly suffocated or poisoned before being hidden under the house. Dayna Jennings, who was still living in the house when police discovered the body, was arrested the same day. Before her arrest, she was being questioned while officers were searching the home.
I know we were in there a little over an hour, but my phone starts ringing, and I look, and it's my evidence text. We think we found a human body in the crawl space. So Investigator Ness was also getting the same, we were on the same text message string. At that point, Ness brought up, what kind of home improvements have you been doing?
Why'd you put cement?
My dad's been putting cement down there, and
Your dad's not here.
No, before. And I've been adding to it to try and get it out of the car.
So with a broken foot, that's the time that you want to pour concrete.
No.
See how this thing just keeps
Chris
on
got in the concrete, and...
We're gonna dig that in the concrete. Did you kill your father?
No.
Okay. What you did, hide his body because he is deceased, isn't he?
No.
Process of digging that cement up from what you just
I'm
told me.
guessing this is where you asked for an attorney.
Okay.
And it was at that point the interview ended. We arrested her that night for improper disposal of a human body.
David, we found a body in your house. At this time, you're under arrest for concealing a dead body.
She didn't seem worried when officers told her they had found the body. Investigators searched her devices and uncovered evidence that she had researched how to use medications like temazepam, including lethal doses.
She had done some research online and ultimately ordered the isopromazine from eBay in late November.
They also found that she had tried to take over her father's financial affairs. This included attempts to forge checks, use his credit cards, and control his personal accounts, both before and after his death. It became clear that William had been growing increasingly uncomfortable with his daughter's behavior.
What do you think happened to Bill?
I think Bill's dead. I think there was some sort of impropriety. I can't tell you if Bill was murdered or if Bill died and was disposed of for financial gain.
And you're saying that Dayna is the perpetrator of that? Or you think?
Yeah, I think. Dayna is a very passionate person. It is not out of the realm of what I know of her to do something in a fit of rage or passion. She hasn't worked since the beginning of December, I'm pretty sure.
We'd learned that Chris Newton, her current husband, had left at the end of November, right around Thanksgiving.
How was her relationship with Bill? The time that I knew her, dating, married, and afterwards, I always felt it was pretty good.
Okay.
Like she really adored her father. I felt like she held the belief that he was the only person that would love her forever unconditionally. Once you do something to cross the line of, like not showing unconditional love, or that pissed me off, then I hate you, go away, you're the worst person ever.
Prosecutors argued that Dayna's motive was financial. She didn't work, and she relied on her father's support. When he threatened to cut her off and have her leave the house, She made a calculated decision to eliminate him and take control of the home and his assets. The prosecution also laid out how she tried to cover up the crime. She sent fake texts from his phone after his death. She lied to family and investigators repeatedly about his whereabouts. She bought materials to mix and pour the concrete used to conceal his body. The trial took place in 2019, and the evidence against her was overwhelming. Forensic evidence, search history, text messages, and the concealment of the body all pointed to premeditation. In October 2019, Dayna Jennings was found guilty of second-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. She was sentenced to 48 years in prison, the maximum allowed under Colorado law for the charges. The judge noted the disturbing and calculated nature of her actions in covering up the crime and continuing to live in the home while her father's body was entombed beneath her.